She was Nigeria's banking royalty, draped in power, praised in headlines, and protected by wealth. But behind the boardroom doors, Cecilia Ibru wasn't managing a bank. She had turned it into her personal ATM and was bleeding it dry. In the early 2000s, Cecilia Ibru was a powerhouse in Nigeria's banking industry. As the managing director of Oceanic Bank, she commanded significant influence and was hailed as the First Lady of Banking, a title that reflected both her dominance and the admiration she commanded. For over a decade, Oceanic Bank soared. It expanded rapidly, becoming one of Nigeria's most prominent banks. But like all great empires, this one had cracks that no one saw until it was too late. An audit by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, revealed that Oceanic Bank was sitting on a mountain of fraudulent activity. Ibru had been making risky moves behind the scenes. She approved loans totaling over $30 million to companies without adequate collateral. The investigation revealed a massive orchestrated fraud. Oceanic Bank's balance sheets were falsified and inflated to hide the true extent of the financial mismanagement. Most of the loans were given to politically connected figures, people with no business borrowing. But the most shocking revelation, part of the money was siphoned off by Ibru herself. Billions diverted for personal use. With the bank on the verge of collapse, the CBN intervened. The Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria took over to clean up the mess. In 2010, Ibru was arrested and charged with 25 counts of corporate fraud, including money laundering and embezzlement. She was sentenced to 18 months, but served only a fraction due to good behavior. Some Nigerians tried to twist the scandal into a religious and ethnic persecution narrative, a tired and manipulative tactic often intended to distract. But when stripped of emotional appeals and diversionary rhetoric, one is left with cold, hard questions. Did Cecilia Ibru falsify the bank's figures? Were loans disbursed without adherence to due process, often with no collateral, and to shell companies linked to her or her allies? Were luxury properties illegally acquired in her name? These are not philosophical riddles or ideological debates. These are matters of law, ethics, and accountability. What's even more tragic is how quickly the poor leap to the defense of the elites who exploit them. It's a psychological tragedy where the oppressed protect their oppressors with more passion than they ever show for their own welfare. Cecilia Ibru was not a victim of religious bias. She was a product and perpetrator of a rotten system. Let's not forget, the cost of her actions was borne by everyday Nigerians who lost their trust in a financial system that was rigged from the top. Justice, when it came, was imperfect and too lenient, but it was necessary. And trying to rewrite that history as persecution is not only dishonest, it is dangerous. As part of her plea deal, she was ordered to forfeit assets worth over $1.5 billion, including 94 prime properties across Nigeria, the US, Dubai, and South Africa. It was alleged she had shares in over 80 listed and unlisted companies, including Guinness, Nigeria, and Zenith Bank. It was also alleged she owned 2 aircrafts and had significant cash holdings in various accounts. Let's call it what it is. She was driven by greed and engaged in outright theft. What possible justification is there for one individual to amass nearly 100 properties? That's not ambition, that is plunder. Despite the forfeiture order, reports emerged that Ibru continued to control many of her assets through trusts and shell companies. The Senate investigated AMCON's handling of her property sales, questioning the transparency and effectiveness of the recovery. Ibru's case highlights the deep-seated corruption within Nigeria's banking sector and the challenges in holding powerful individuals accountable. The court decision to allow her keep a portion of her ill-gotten wealth sparked outrage among Nigerians. Many felt that the punishment did not fit the crime and that she had escaped with a significant portion of her ill-gotten wealth. The saga of Cecilia Ibru is a reflection of the systemic issues plaguing Nigeria financial institutions. Corruption will thrive when oversight is weak and accountability is lacking. There is the need for continued efforts to combat corruption and ensure that those who exploit the system are held fully accountable. We must all demand stronger regulations, more transparency, and a commitment to rooting out corruption at all levels. We must hold our leaders and institutions accountable. Only then can we hope to build a financial system that truly serves the people, not the powerful few. Was Cecilia Ibru's punishment too lenient? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Follow, share, and hit the notification bell.